Welcome back to the GSL Code A. We just saw a crazy series in which Suho Shin he prevailed, let's say, over Vampire. He will advance to play against a tough opponent, Marine King Prime, in round number 3 to fight for that Code S spot.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the toughest opponents that he could possibly get. And we have another Terran player that is starting in the next game. It is ThorZaIN. He is up against JYP.
Yes, and this is going to be quite an exciting series to watch. These guys are teammates and friends. They've been chatting it up quite heavily.
Oh yeah, they've been chatting in this lobby for a long time right now. And what do you think? Who's actually the bigger troll? I personally have to say I'm pretty sure it's ThorZaIN.
Well, I actually don't know. I would put them at even right now. You know, John is here. I wonder what he's up to.
How did that change the topic just happen?
I don't know.
Because of the trolling?
Well, yeah, but...
Well, John dwarfs them both. We all know that, but still.
I just wanted to mention that he was here.
Well, here they are.
ThorZaIN should have acted in Harry Potter, but instead he became one of the most successful Swedish pro gamers of all time.
He has kind of the wrong glasses, but...
No, I mean, like, here's the thing, though.
I'm trying to picture him now with the Harry Potter glasses. I'm like, well, maybe.
Listen, even if he's not Harry Potter, he still looks like he would go to Hogwarts and be a wizard. He could be a supporting role as well. I think he would do well as a supporting role. He could be...
Harry, take my wand.
Cedric Diggory, for all I care, man. He could actually be Cedric Diggory. Look at that. Think about it. Well, we talked about Twilight earlier. You know, it's the same actor. I don't know his name actually, which is kind of embarrassing because he is actually quite a good actor.
But no, that can't be. We're talking about Twilight. There are no good actors in Twilight. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
In his other films, man, I like his acting. He does what he's supposed to do.
Well, here they are. The Terran to the right.
He looks
to the left.
He looks a little bit stressed despite being joking earlier. All right, now he's fine.
Yeah. There we go. Up against a teammate. It's a little bit unfortunate that they had to face each other and now just trying to get ready here. And Ohana is our first map today in this Protoss versus Terran. Our last best of 3 for the day, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. This is the GSL Code A. ThorZaIN up against JYP, cast by Colin Wolf. The bottom right of the map, we have a Korean player. The Protoss starting for EG, for the Evil Geniuses, it is
EG JYP.
the Protoss teddy bear.
Yep.
I always have to laugh when I see him. He's such a cheery guy. His opponent to the top left, one of the biggest trolls ever. Former Mousesports player, now playing for the Evil Geniuses as well. This is the Swede, it is
EG ThorZaIN.
After a breakout performance at TSL 3, he then went on to win DreamHack Azo Open in Stockholm and has ever since really impressed a lot of people. I mean, he was kind of rising to fame, but now nobody really doubts his talents and skills. He's been training really hard since he's come to Korea.
It is so unfair, I think, that Sweden has so many good players. Don't you think? If you think about it, this country has 9 million inhabitants. 9 million. And now think about all the great esports teams that came out of Sweden, all of the great players that we have. It is so unfair. Germany has about 81 million. And who do we have? Who participates in the GSL for Germany? Huh?
Well, you're going to make the German pro gamers feel bad, man.
No, I just said that they don't participate in the GSL. That's fine.
Well, all right. Play nice, Cal.
I do. I always do.
I don't think there's anything about fairness, man. I think that
Sweden is just an awesome esports country.
You gotta motivate people from other countries to train harder. That's what you gotta do.
Now, Sweden is great. If you think about it, in Korea alone, there are currently 4 Swedish players: Jinro, Sasa, Naniwa, ThorZaIN.
That's true.
Is Hebrew still here? I think so. Yeah,
I think so. I can't.
It might be 5. It might be 5.
But there's also a German player here as well. TLO.
He's not in Korea right now.
But, well, yeah, that's a good point, but he has been, and probably will return fairly soon.
But anyways, we have to find out if ThorZaIN is actually the one player that can win this best of 3 and advance to the 3rd round. Currently, we have him with the expansion to the top right, top left, the other right. And at the bottom right, we have now our Protoss player with probably an expansion as well. 1 gate into Expo. That's what we would expect here.
Now, ThorZaIN was granted a Code S seed, and he was, very exhausted from traveling. He came back. He actually looked pretty decent in his match as well.
He had the sickest schedule, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was at MLG, he traveled to Korea for a day or two, then he went straight to DreamHack, and he was able to get the 3rd place in his Code S group. He actually won against Gumio.
And, given all of this, when he first arrived to Korea, he couldn't even get into the house because of the bad timing. So he was getting off of a plane, not even be able to sleep. He was very exhausted, and even still looked good there. And he's obviously trying to fight very hard to get back into Code S. And if he beats JYP in his next round opponent, he will actually be able to do just that. But this is, it's not fun to have to play against your teammate like this.
No, definitely. You always want to avoid you play against a teammate. First of all, it's sad that you have a team kill. The other thing is that his strategy is probably a lot better than... it's just you train against him. If you train against with each other, then you know the strategies, and that will screw everything up a little bit. You have different timings. You have to talk a lot about the mindsets and about the mind games that those two will go for. That's something that we will definitely see here later on as well. We have, by the way, just to mention it, a pylon to the left side of the map where he built this a bit earlier, and now the robotics base straight for JYP. He definitely wants to know what's going on here.
Yeah. He's going to find out pretty soon. The pylon is going to be there for flexibility with warp ends, but also it's going to be something that he can use to swap drops. If the drop is well pathed, it will probably miss the pylon. With the way the pylon's positioned, it's really easy to run by into a potential 4th base. That probe's not going anywhere.
Nah, running out of luck here and immediately being taken down.
That Stalker needs to be careful. There's a Marauder in that mix.
Thankfully, the Immorta so far does not have the concussor shells. With the upgrade, the Immorta would have been in a lot of trouble here. But as it is, ThorZaIN was not able to take it down, is now going straight not only for the factory, which is close to finishing, but also for the engineering base. Dim is halfway done already. The harvester count at this point, 34 to 35, both still focusing on their economy.
Yeah, that is absolutely certain. Right now, I'm kind of in this mindset of I'm trying to figure out if I were either one of these players, what sort of strategy would I do? JYP looks like he's going to go for faster robotics 4v. This has kind of been the trend today. This is a pretty normal follow-up to this type of build, especially on a 2-player map where the 3rd base is fairly nearby, so you can use those Colossi to defend. The question is, will he add gates and go for a 2-base attack, or will he try to hold the expansion with this?
Both of them just playing it very cautious here and not attacking at all. A very passive game at this point in time. The Observer gets into the base, and so far there have been no attempts of ThorZaIN to actually pick it up. I think he did not see it. This is definitely not a creator Observer.
No, he's very careful with it.
The thing also is that they were joking in the lobby a little bit, and JYP was just jokingly saying, "Are you going to go for a couple of all-ins once again? 3 all-ins in 3 games?" And we'll find out soon enough. Now ThorZaIN, with the first 2 medivacs in production, decides that it's time to put on the pressure, tries to move out and chase away JYP, at least from those 2 Zelnaga watchtowers. Does he get the Observer? No, he does not. I thought for a second that he was able to spot it.
It seems he knows it's there.
He should be able to see it. He's taking a 3rd.
Since it's already gone all the way back with his army, he's being spotted, and since he knows that the army is already prepared at home, to scan here actually would probably be a waste. So he decides not to. I believe he saw it based on his movements and how he stutter stepped behind it. He may go for it. I think he definitely knows it's there. He's getting a 3rd base. He checks for the 3rd base of JYP. And JYP, he's getting range, so he's definitely going to be committing to this Colossus composition initially here, not doing the fake that we saw Creator do earlier.
ThorZaIN poking a little bit, just stimming one of his Marines, running up the ramp, having a quick look at what exactly is going on, while ThorZaIN is now adding 3 additional barracks. He definitely wants to get this production going. And also JYP just sticking with the basics here, 3 additional gateways being placed down. We don't see any kind of forged play out of him just yet. No upgrades.
Yeah, and that's something that ThorZaIN has already started on. He does have +1. Has not started +1 armor just yet. It's something he's going to want to do very soon, as Protoss upgrades can be so scary. Even if you get an upgrade lead, if the forges go untampered, man, that Protoss army is going to be upgraded fast. And JYP, with the 3 additional gateways and no 3rd Nexus, may actually just be committing to a 2-base attack.
We have the first Vikings building for ThorZaIN already. He is definitely trying to get ready for any kind of eventualities. He wants to be ready in case his opponent is pushing out with those first Colossi. And this is exactly what JYP does right now. He is on the move, and ThorZaIN knows there's no third base, there's no probe. He has a Marine over to the bottom left. If JYP tries to send a probe over, it will die immediately to this one Marine.
That's the thing that JYP hasn't really considered, is that he knows there's no third, so he's absolutely prepared here. This orbital is going to want to lift. Will he actually get out of there? That is the question. I think if he targeted it, he definitely could have gotten it, but he's not going to waste any time. He wants these rocks gone. He wants to attack here right now. He doesn't care about that third base because he knows that he is going to try to end this game right now. It's not about doing damage to the economy. It's not about killing orbitals. It's about killing ThorZaIN.
The Viking count is only at 4 now, and here comes our Protoss player. Stim has been used by ThorZaIN. The force fields, they are on. The Vikings trying to find a sweet spot where they can actually pressure those Colossi, but the Stalk is in position, and they focus them down one by one. One of the Colossi is dead, but the other one survives and does the damage. ThorZaIN his supply lead though. JYP tries to break him, takes down the bunkers, but is not able to break ThorZaIN just yet.
Yeah, he was not successful, and I really feel the targeting for JYP on his Colossi could have been better. But in the end, he's still got a very aggressive position here. ThorZaIN cannot relax just yet. Can take out this Observer, which will eliminate some of the high ground vision. Once the Colossus is dead, he won't have any way of attacking up that ramp, so that's basically his final target here. Remember, still no third base for JYP, and ThorZaIN knows this, so he's going to feel comfortable leaving his command center floating in cyberspace, trying to decide what he's going to do next, because he knows, okay, you have no real backup plan here.
Currently, ThorZaIN with 1-1. Armor upgrade just finished, and JYP does not even have a forge. He just got ready. So now we have the armory and the second engineering bay already for a Terran player from Sweden. And at this point in time, ThorZaIN can start with double upgrades. At least he can as soon as the armory is done, and JYP will be behind upgrades by a huge margin. So definitely a problem for the Protoss here. And the more Vikings ThorZaIN controls, the worse the position for JYP gets with all those Colossi that he has. How many does he actually have? He has 2 and builds a third.
And he's just getting such a late Twilight Council. 2-2 has started for ThorZaIN. He's got just +1 armor. Referring to JYP, he's just got +1 armor.
No
right
concussive shells, just pointed out by Legend here. Our Observer and JYP even supply blocked.
Yeah, things are starting to look a little bit rough for JYP. ThorZaIN taking a huge lead here. He's got that third command center going to land. He's got 2 mules available on it. His worker count right now is 51 to the 55.
Calling down the extra supplies, ThorZaIN that is, as he was supply blocked. Using this energy, he's at 107 supply, army supply against 77, and he's looking good. A lot of zealots here for JYP. He doesn't now have charge.
Yeah, he's going to have it very soon. The Nexus does go down. He knows that. He saw the army come over there for the very reason of denying it.
If ThorZaIN waits and hits with 2-2, this would be devastating for JYP. JYP would only have +1 armor and charge.
Yeah. It's all about, you know, how many Archons will he add here as well. That's something that's going to be really important for this push. And the positioning. Even though JYP is behind in supply, if he has a really nice arc and ThorZaIN does not, that can really help him out. The upgrades, though, and everything really point towards ThorZaIN taking this next battle, unless he makes a huge mistake.
JYP needs a good engagement here. He needs to make something work, but now it's ThorZaIN who tries to put on the pressure. He's moving out, and he is going for the third.
This is a scary push for JYP. He cannot cancel his Nexus in good conscience. He knows he needs it. His opponent has the third base up. He's had that third command center for a while.
Storm is too far away.
Yeah,
Ghost
he won't
Academy
have it
now.
in time.
Even the second starport building here. ThorZaIN is just waiting. He's waiting for the right time to attack, and +2/+2 is about to finish.
+1
if he
for his
attacks
ships as well.
immediately when those upgrades are done, Storm will not be ready.
You're right, and it looks like he's going to go for it. Not waiting for the Viking upgrade, knowing there are only a few Colossi here. Great split, sending some units into the natural. He's going for the Nexus. Look at that concave. And a lot of JYP's units not even closing the distance just yet. Storm is almost done!
What a timing though for ThorZaIN. He has the upgrades and the expansion is gone. The Storm is done, but is he able to use it? He takes on 2, but that's basically it. And every single Colossus already gone thanks to the Vikings. And here comes the warp, and maybe with the warp he's able to defend, but it's too late.
GG! JYP taken out in the first game. Our Swedish player, our foreigner ThorZaIN, is going to take game 1 with a solid defense, really patient play, very calculated. Never overextending, just hitting the right timings, attacking at the right moments. And JYP, I gotta ask, what is he gonna do in game number 2? He's looking... I mean, he knows where things went wrong. His attack didn't work, he didn't hit the timing he wanted, and it was too obvious to ThorZaIN what was going on with the Marine at the third base. That's something you did not account for. And when you know there's no third, and you have a feeling there's gonna be Colossi, you studied someone's play, you know that their play style, it's your teammate. He may have even scanned the robo.
What are they doing here?
He was just taking a drink. Everybody gets thirsty sometimes. Look, you, I saw you touch that cup. You were thinking about taking a drink too.
Did you see how he took that drink?
No, I didn't see that.
You looked at the other screen, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Shush. Well, but anyways, you're right. ThorZaIN now up 1-0. The next map is actually going to be Antigua Shipyard.
Yes, it will.
JYP coming from the up and downs. He is down a map, and ThorZaIN is looking good here. Can he advance to the next round? Can he advance to the round of to the third round of the GSL Code A? We'll find out.
This is a tense moment for JYP. Even though these guys are teammates, he does not want to go through the up and down matches. He would gladly hand that to ThorZaIN instead. He wants that Code S spot. And this is just step 1 of 2. He's got to beat ThorZaIN here, beat his next round opponent if he wants to get it. The very beginning, it starts here. We'll see if he can start the comeback here at the GSL Code A. EG versus EG, JYP versus ThorZaIN on Antigua Shipyard.